Well, hello, folks. This is the Christian Whistleblower. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, and welcome to the Gospel Truth Program. I'm just your friendly neighborhood Christian whistleblower, and this is Flat Earth. Is this the smoking gun? And this is part 2 of this series. There probably is going to be a part 3, perhaps even a part 4, but this is Flat Earth. Is this the smoking gun? Part 2. And if you watched part 1, hello everyone, nice to see you. You'll see that I do have a lot of respect for the people that are flat earth enthusiasts. I have a lot of respect for people that are in the arena, sharing what they believe and passionately doing so. And I have a lot of respect for people that are out there doing, instead of just sitting there watching and complaining and doing all of that silly stuff. So hats off to those that are in the arena. That being said, is Jeff as feisty tonight? Probably. That being said, we also have to look at what is objective, look at what is real, look at what is true. I had some compelling evidence, compelling photographic evidence earlier today about curvature of the earth. That's one of the planks, is all you can ever see the curvature. Well, and my ship is not totally in the harbor yet as to what I believe. But we need to, again, be realistic about it. We need to be honest about it. And just as a follow-up on what I was talking about today, before I get to what I want to talk about tonight, I want to show you something here as we go. I just want to finish this up for you and show you things that that we looked at, and show you some final pieces of it as well. This is more of a follow-up to what we talked about earlier today. And this is from the same guy. And let's see if I can blow this up a little bit and make it a little bit more apparent to you. And we're talking about, what can we see with our own eyes? And let's look at what we can see with our own eyes. Come on. Here we go. This is, again, Lake Pontchartrain. Look at this. Curvature over the horizon. Curvature over the horizon. You could even see about right here where it starts to blur because it's curving, and these lines are creating a visual distortion. Curvature over the horizon. 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 We saw this one, the car lights appearing out of nowhere. So, folks, curvature over the horizon. This is pretty compelling stuff. This is pretty compelling photographic evidence. Look at that. And it really doesn't require any commentary. It just is what it is. So we'll leave that there. That seems to me to be very compelling evidence. Very compelling evidence. Almost as compelling as the horizon always seems to rise to eye level until you get high enough, I guess. So there you go. It is hard to ignore that stuff. Now, let me talk about something else that to me is incredibly hard to ignore. And to me is, boy, if what we just saw isn't the smoking gun, wow, this just might be. We just had back on August 21st, the full solar eclipse. I was there. And also in that same month, we had lunar eclipses. And a lunar eclipse is where the Earth comes between the moon and the sun. So you get the Earth blocking out the moon, and we saw those. And part of the problem is you don't ever get to see the whole thing. You're just seeing pieces of it. And it does look like it's a little curved piece. But what if you could have a time-lapse photograph of the whole cycle of the lunar eclipse? Well, let's take a look at something. This is the lunar eclipse. The Earth is between the moon and the sun. What in the world is this round ball shadow being cast on the Earth during the lunar eclipse? Because see, this is what's happening. Earth in between sun and moon, and you're getting a blockage out of the moon. Why? And why is it round? The thing casting the shadows round. What would that be? Guys, that's the Earth. Here's this is a time lapse photograph right here. Not retouched, not NASA, not CGI'd, not painted. This is just a time lapse photo of the lunar eclipse. What is this big round shadow being cast by? Guys, that shadow is being cast by the Earth. The Earth. The Earth. The Earth is what? It's round. I don't know if the moon is made of cream cheese or green cheese, but I do know sure looks like the Earth is round. Now let's show you this is a full time lapse photography of the lunar eclipse. What is that big round shadow being cast by? That shadow is being cast by the Earth. Folks, the Earth casts a round shadow on the moon during lunar eclipses. Now, the flat Earth answer to this, as I understand it from my studies, is that I chuckle because, come on, man. They say there's a black thing out there in space, and you can't see it at night because it's black. You can't see it in the day because the sun is too bright. But every now and then it gets between the Earth and the sun and the moon, and it's not the Earth that's making this round shadow. It's this black mystery object out there in space. Folks, when you have to get to that point to defend your theory, it's time to give your theory up. It's time to realize, okay, this flat Earth thing that we've talked about is just not what we think it is. The Earth is round. Look at it. It's casting a shadow on the moon round. We see things going over the horizon. It's round. It's round. Let me show you one other thing as well. I just got this. Hope I can find it. Oh, what did I do with it? Oh, I think I know where it is. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen, and I will find it for you. I promise. Let's go over here. I cannot find it at the moment. But it was from a boat captain, and it was his actual manuals about how to figure the light and how to figure the vision at night and how to navigate according to nautical miles. And they have to take in the curvature of the Earth, or it just doesn't work. Now, folks, I know you have very strong feelings about this, but navigational schools that are teaching boat captains, they don't care about this debate. All they care about is teaching people how to safely and accurately navigate the oceans. And they teach that they cannot be correctly done without taking into effect the curvature of the Earth. So, I mean, what can you say when you see compelling photographic evidence such as this? And it's not NASA CGI. It's not cut and paste. It's just time-lapse photography. And unless time-lapse photography is a NASA psyop or a Jesuit hoax, you got some real splaining to do. You've got some real splaining to do. Real splaining to do. So let's see what we have in the chat room. I'm almost afraid to go there to see what we have. Let's take a look. All righty. Lee Veltman was numero uno. Okay, flat Earth is fascinating. They do put a lot of work into it. And I hope that when people realize that the flat Earth is wrong, or it sure looks like it is, that they don't just give up, that they apply their talents and skills and initiative and passion to other things. Flat Earth is fascinating. It is hard to ignore this type of evidence. I don't know about flat or round, but I don't buy into the sun being 93 million miles away or the stars being millions of light years away. That could be. Just because the Earth isn't flat doesn't mean that everything they're telling us is true. Because I don't believe what they're telling us is the whole story. I don't believe what they're telling us is the real story. But I think they're telling us, and I'm going to prove to you in subsequent broadcasts, and this will blow people's minds that believe in the flat Earth. The flat Earth is a Jesuit deception. And the globe Earth might even be a Jesuit deception as well as the way it's currently presented. Things aren't the way that they tell us they are, but that does not mean the Earth is flat. There's too much compelling evidence that says the Earth is not flat. Thank you. That's available on my website, that shirt. It's a UFO flying out of a sunflower, actually. There you go. The world is way more complex. Yes, it is. A turret, a hologram projected from inner Earth by blue avian shapeshifters. I think she's only half kidding. And you know what? We'll be looking at that. I'm practicing for the Leaf Project chat. There you go, Sarah L. Good job. Round or circular with a flat circle. I don't know what that means. Moon is likely a construct. Moon is a hologram. That's what some people say, Lee. You know that. Andrew, have you been paying attention? We just showed a whole bunch of pictures of curvature, and check out the last broadcast as well. Part 1 of this being part 2. It could be Planet X, Nibiru, or a brown dwarf star, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, it could be. Andrew, don't be rude or you'll be gone. Moon is now up at my place. Daytime, sun and moon visible. Why only half the moon if sun is up? I don't get that. Moon may be a construct, could be. When NASA shows us a real picture of Earth, I'll reconsider. How about these pictures of the shadow of Earth on the moon, Lyndon? Do those real pictures taken by real people, not NASA, don't those cause you to go, Just asking. Don't these cause you to go, wow? Don't those cause you to think and say, wow, how come that shadow's round? I don't know how, if you're a believer in the flat Earth, this can't totally blow your mind. But anyway, that's just me. And I do respect everybody's beliefs, so I don't want to say any more than that. Okay. Both moon and sun still up now. You can't be stuck in your beliefs. Sorry, I lost it. Okay, there we go. So if the Earth was a flat dome, why would they make all the other planets round? Good question. Are all those other planets flat too? That's a good question. Just prove curve, we'll wait. Brandon, how many pictures are you going to ignore? How many videos are you going to ignore? Brandon, he says, just prove curve. Well, how about all of these pictures I just showed you about curve? Just saying. Just prove the theories are fact. Brandon, all right, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Pink unicorns exist, and they proved gravity. Okay. That gets a timeout, because now we're just being stupid. Ball Earth is a deception. Lyndon? Ball Earth is a deception. Okay. Ball Earth is a deception. Ball Earth is a deception. Ball Earth is a deception. So this shadow right here, is that a deception? I mean, come on. If you're going to come out with Ball Earth is a deception, what is that shadow? Is that a deception? What is that shadow? Is that a deception? Why does that shadow look just like a ball? Why is that round like a ball? It's a deception. It's not real. The Earth is flat, but instead of casting a horizontal shadow across the moon or a cone-shaped shadow or whatever, it casts a round one, almost perfectly round, but Ball Earth is a deception. I don't know, man. I mean, if you want to stay with that, that's your right. But wow, I would have a hard time staying with that. I would have a hard time staying with that. Does it really matter? That's the real question, Jen. Not really. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Oh, I look like an actor. So I look like an actor now. See, this is where it goes. We don't like the facts, so let's start attacking the messenger. Oh, you look like an actor. Oh, I don't know if you're trying to be mean or not, but I get that all the time. So if I ever see a scientist able to show proof of a ball, do I have to show the ball shadow again? Oh, man. Maybe the Earth doesn't spin 1,000 miles an hour, but the thing is round. It's round. The Earth is like a lily pad. Okay. I think the Earth might be like a lily pad. I think everyone else can hear Jeff except for you. Okay, so let me see. The Earth doesn't spin 1,000 miles an hour. Agree on the fact that distances from the Earth to sun or stars may be closer. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not either, because I don't know. But the thing's not flat. That much I know. I've seen evidence that it's not flat. Do you reckon we have a true picture of the Earth from space? No, I don't think we have a true picture of the Earth from space. I don't think they've shown us a real picture of the Earth from space. And I personally think they haven't shown us one because they don't want us to know what's around the Earth. They may not want us to have a true concept of what the Earth's real shape is, what its true appearance is from space. And I think there's a lot of stuff out there around the Earth that they don't want us to see. Oh, let me see. A round shadow doesn't prove a round object casts it. So would a square cast a round shadow? Would a triangle cast a round shadow? I guarantee you, folks, this cast a different shadow than this, and a far different shadow. Where's Rooney's ball when you need one? But there's a ball. Come on now. Come on now. It's a round shadow. How many heavens are above us? Good question. Flat Earth is like a lily pad. Oh, it's like a lily pad. Flat Earth is like a lily pad. That's why it casts a shadow just like a lily pad, right? Flat Earth is like a lily pad. That's why it casts a shadow like this, round. Like this, round. Because it's a lily pad. Come on, man. Really? Ay, ay, ay. But anyway, it takes a while to work through this. I understand. This is one of those divisive topics that won't be solved without experience. The more energy we put into this without better facts, we lose. Probably true, Tan Hawk. But I felt like I get badgered by it and asked about it so much, I felt like I did need to come out and talk about it. So it is what it is, and it is about keeping us divided. And that's why I'm just trying to show you that we really should stop this. All right. So there you go. There you go. Very interesting pictures about curvature of the Earth. Very interesting pictures about the Earth being round. And nothing does make the people lose their mind like flat Earth. And may I suggest that flat Earth has all the hallmarks of a religious belief, not a scientific one. It's just like Soylent Plastic Jesus. It's just like Soylent Plastic Jesus. And when you get a belief that has to be believed, one central belief that has to be believed, and here's Greg telling me on my channel that I'm brainwashed. Greg, are you brainwashed? You just looked at pictures that show the shadows round. You just looked at pictures of curvature. Who's brainwashed? Me or you? Oh, the pictures look Photoshopped. See, we can't ever actually deal with the facts if we believe in the flat Earth. We got to start spewing foolishness. Oh, ball Earth is religion. Oh, I see. Well, guess what, Greg? You're not contributing anything worth listening to, so you're in timeout. Bye. Craziness, man. Craziness. Lyndon, I hate to tell you this, but this is for the next show. I have quotes from people way before Copernicus saying that the Earth is a sphere. And that's part of our next and last probably show on this subject. Way, way, way before Copernicus, some of the greatest minds of all time saying the Earth is a sphere. Her name was Linda Blair. And it is, yeah, there you go. There you go. So music that has been debunked. That's a silly, another silly non-fact. That's the only real true criticism I have of flat earthers as well. Yelling and flat earthers act like religious fanatics. They really do. And why do flat earthers act like religious fanatics? Are they religious fanatics? Is that why flat earthers act like religious fanatics? Because they are? Lyndon, I'll find it, and if I am going to put it in the show, and I'll send it to you personally as well, Lyndon. I will kick anyone that's rude out of the video like that. You want to be rude? You will be gone. I have been there, and it's a hoax. It's been debunked. Music heals me. Been debunked. Don't let the lizards get you. Someone before the Jesuit Copernicus. Absolutely. A bunch of someones before the Jesuit Copernicus. Rolfie Poe Bob, I've never seen a baller behaving like a flat earther, but that's just me. That's just me. That's just me. Why do flat earthers act like religious fanatics? I don't know. But they do, and to me that's telling to the whole idea that we're discussing. But in the end, it doesn't matter to me what shape it is. I just know that it's not flat. That's all. I just know that it's not flat. I've seen enough now to know that it is not flat. And that is true. All you really have is a belief until you get high enough yourself to look at it yourself. And then I don't even know, some people that believe in flat earth might still see it flat. Some people that are round might still see it round. Music heals me. You just can't be using silly, debunked garbage constantly. So you're in timeout. What's crazy is thinking visual is the only necessary factor for determination and not providing answers on the scientific method. Okay, let's think about something, people. Just believe what you see. Can you see a germ? Can you see a bacteria? Can you see a virus? No. And I don't even want his name to be on my chat, because that guy is a dangerous person from here to eternity. Can you see? There's no such thing as radio waves. You can't see them. That box where they come out of, that is demonic. Those voices are demons. There's no such thing as radio waves. You can't see them. This internet, it's not real. It's demons. I'm a demon speaking to you. You can't see those things, so they're not real. Please don't use that person's name. I don't even want that person to get any mention on this channel. That Q word, no mention. Right, under a microscope, but we can't see it with our eyes, Lyndon. And when you're driving down the road and you see a lake up ahead right in the middle of the road, that's water. I can see it's water, but then you get there, there's no water. I can see the rainbow. It's ending right there at that house. When I get to that house, there's no rainbow. Yes, you can see things that aren't real. And yes, there's things that are real that you can't see. No worries from here. I understand where you're coming from. I just don't want that person to get any exposure. Not upset at all. But that's, observation is important. What we can see is important, but it has to be taken in conjunction with what we can see, what the math says, what the science says. And math, I mean, we may not like science because there's this fight, presumably, between science and religion. But folks, math is the language of this entire reality. So if the math doesn't work, Denise, you just hit it on the head. I meant to say that. Do you realize the extreme limits of human visual perception? We can't hardly see anything. We can't hardly see anything. So just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's not real. And as Lyndon just very adroitly pointed out, just because what we see doesn't make it real. Because what we see is subjective. And that whole water swirling different ways on different parts of the earth, that's another one. Maybe true, maybe not true. It's really just kind of silly. Oh, really? Listen to this. Listen to this rocket scientist over here. What about trusting your 5 sentences, math and reality? This guy is clueless. Really? Well, you're blocked, idiot. Math and science are dumb. Just believe what you can see. Math and science are dumb. Just believe what you can see. We don't need no math. We don't need no science. Science is stupid. Math is dumb. All I believe is what I can see. Can you see a germ? Can you see a virus? Can you see stupid? I can, but I just banned it. Come on, folks. Come on, folks. Oh, here's another one. See, when you start pointing out things that they don't like, now you're scientism and you're a little man. Oh, man. Just because we say we got to take into account both observational data and empirical scientific data. Jen says, I can see swamp gas from Uranus. I just got rid of some swamp gas from Uranus. Folks, whenever you see, no, these, Rolly Pal Bob, goodbye. Somebody ban, please. Rolfie Poe Bob, ban. Just ban them. Ban, ban, ban. Block. Block Rolfie Poe Bob. Bye-bye. See, it's just crazy. I meant to sound like a redneck. I resemble that remark. We can't, if we want to throw out scientific empirical data 100%, how can you actually believe that? How can you actually believe that science is dumb, math is stupid? I just believe what I can see. Are we really that kind of people? Are we really that kind of people? This is what happened when you open up the flat earth theory. Divine sovereign, you're this close. Your freedom of speech ends when you start being an idiot and being rude. And this is not a place for freedom of speech. This is a benevolent dictatorship. And Lyndon's right. Modern science has evolved into a pseudo-religion. Absolutely. Modern science has evolved into a pseudo-religion. The world is either the world's gone crazy or you have. Either the world's gone crazy or you have. And One Love Evolutionary, I'm not saying that I know just based on visual. If you would open up your ears and listen, I'm saying we need observational and scientific data. We need both. Freedom of speech is great, but you don't have the freedom of speech in this channel if you're going to be rude. It's a benevolent dictatorship, and I get to be dictator. See the crown by my name? I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. This is an open forum for anybody that cannot be rude. I think even Einstein said the theory of relativity may no longer work at a certain point. That's true. Observation is one tool. Absolutely. So is math. So is science. And guess what? If you say science is stupid and math is dumb, you are going to get time out. And if you keep doing it, you're going to get blocked. Because on this channel, we do not believe that math is dumb. On this channel, we do not believe that science is stupid. We do believe that science has become a pseudo-religion and it needs to be put to scrutiny in the test. Absolutely. Quantum physics and mechanics are changing paradigms. Absolutely. Shibby McGee says that, I don't know if that's a he or a she. I'm sorry, I can't really see the pictures. Oh my God, y'all are cracking me up. This is fun to actually say this. I'm sorry, I did hear you correctly when you said you know based on visual, and then you started banning people who didn't agree with you. That's exactly what happened. Oh, really? Well, guess what? Now you can think about it in timeout. Because that's not what I said. I've said over and over and over again that we need observational data and we need objective empirical study. We need both. And to say that we throw out one or the other is not open-minded. It's not real. And it's not the way that it's going to be. I got rid of the lion. I thought it looked kind of campy. So I like the mandala thing behind me better. So see, this is it. There's the only, and this is the thing that is interesting. Pilots don't use flat. Pilots don't. I've talked to pilots, and they figure in the curvature. That's what I've told by pilots. I'm not a pilot. But how come it's only? I agree with you, recovering soul. I enjoy civil dialogue, and I enjoy a little bit of conflict too. I enjoy a little bit of back and forth. I like it. But I don't like ignorance, and I don't like ad hominem. You're stupid. No, that doesn't fly. If you want to have a nice little back and forth, I'm your huckleberry. If you want to have a good debate, that's just my game. But if you want to be stupid, I'm just going to shoot you. That's the way it goes. Math and science are, I would debate that. Unplug the Matrix. Unplug the Matrix says math and science are only useful in physical reality. I think math and science are very provable and are very applicable in the spiritual realm. Jeff, is it true you're a censor denier? I don't even know what that means. Jeff, tell them about the pilot syndrome when they fly over the equator. I don't know what that is. Tell us about it. And if you're a moderator, please don't ban people right from the start. Put them in timeout. Greg, thank you very much. Don't get me mixed up with that Greg Flat Earther. Oh, I won't, Greg. But do you want me to give you the link to Lisa Blair and her solo trip around Antarctica? I thought no one was allowed to go to Antarctica, Amanda. I would like to see that. Wajana Ringo, you look like somebody just walked over your grave. High altitude over the equator. But see, I went online and I was able to find where I could charter a trip to Antarctica. Of course, that's online. I didn't go. But I think that's just another one of those things that gets repeated so often that it takes on its own reality. I would love to be, and the sad part of it is, and I agree with you, the electric universe is compelling and it does answer a lot of questions. Unplug the matrix, good point. In the spirit realm, you can do a lot of things that are physically impossible that do violate the laws of mathematics. I see where you're going. I agree with that. And yet it does have some application as well. When people fly over Mexico, they see stars above and stars below. If they don't pay attention to their orientation, they fly back upside down and it screws them up. Oh, that's very interesting. Yeah, Jen, like Jen said, you can show people pictures, but they won't believe them. Very, very interesting stuff. It's very hard to get there, but you can if you're invited. I agree. This could be the Truman Show. Yep. Too bad we couldn't do Gastroplan ourselves and see. I've been in you know what? I'll say this, folks. I do a lot of work in the astral realm. And this actually has a really good application. From the astral realm, the earth is round. From the astral realm, the earth is round. And a lot of people, this is something that's very, very interesting. The Nazca lines. People talk about the Nazca lines and what are the Nazca lines? And it was obviously there for spaceships and it was there to say hello to extraterrestrial travelers. I don't think so. I don't think so. You know what the Nazca lines are there for? The Nazca lines are there. Music, please stop trotting out tired cliches. The Nazca lines are there because they were a test to prove your ability to astral project. The Nazca lines are there because people would astral project and they had to be able to go up high enough to be able to see what those figures were. And that's the way that the shaman and the instructors could know that these people were able to see and were able to astral project because they got high enough to actually be able to see. And high enough to pardon. That's good. Nazca mummy being a hoax. I begged Nazca mummy being a hoax is going to disappoint a lot of UFOologists. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I got no problem with you or whatever. I forget what Ringo said to him. And Doss says, "Oh, I beg to differ. We started the game. We didn't get to finish." And then he says, "Oh, I was just funning about." I wouldn't. So that's what I think the Nazca lines were about. I don't think it had anything to do with UFOs. I don't think it had anything to do with ETs. I think it had to do with, be careful, Gnostic spirit. Let's not throw around derogatory terms like that. I agree with your point, but let's not call people flat tards. That's not polite. It's really not. I love Tombstone as well. I think it is my favorite movie. I do astral project a lot. And the earth is round when you astral project, I got to tell you. No problem, Gnostic. I know, but I didn't want to confuse anyone, says Veltman. So anyway, are there any other good questions about this whole thing? Jeff, will you please tell me why you put me in timeout again? So I have to tell you this, One Love Evolutionary, I don't know why I put you in timeout. I can't remember because you just have to review what you did and not do it again. Do I have any instructional videos on astral projection? No. Round or sphere, roundish, spherish, I don't really see a difference. New Age wishy-washy BS, well done, Jeffy. That sounds a little skeptical to me. Oh, we'll see. NASCAR lines keep going around and turning left only. Yeah, the NASCAR lines. Lyndon, that's quality satire right there. Is it possible to be shown an incorrect depiction of Earth when you astral project? I think that it's very possible that when you astral project, you're actually seeing your own perception. So astral projection is not proof, I wouldn't say. What is it that you think we have around your ball that they don't want us to see? And why don't they just give us a picture? I don't like your ball, your ball, your ball. Flat Earth is round. Julie keeps saying that. Fluoride's good for your pineal gland. I think there might be craft out there. There might actually be a matrix out there. I think there's stuff out there that they don't want us to see. Possibly the shape of the Earth is not what they want us to see. Oh, I think Recovering Soul is pulling a funny because this is interesting. It's easier to put food on a round plate than on top of a sphere ball. That's the difference. I think that was a joke. I've seen planets that are both round and flat. Now that's interesting. Flat Earth ain't round, it's heart-shaped. I don't know if that's a joke or not. Yeah, flat tards doesn't fly. That'll get you timed out. Don't do that. The moon is round and flat. No, it's not, Julie. It's not round and flat. It's round and round. It can't be, I guess it could be round and flat. The creator would not make a world in 3D that conflicts with the spiritual. Science and spiritual would have to work together. It wouldn't make sense to do it otherwise. Would not make a world in 3D? So if something flat conflicts with spiritual, what you're saying, I kind of agree with that. Respect to everyone that has respect with the Earth-shaped conversation, alternative cosmology. Look at that. Flat Earth Court being a good guy. The moon is a projection onto the dome. No, sorry, Rain Man. I don't buy it. Stars are lights in water. Okay, that's gonna, careful. Nothing new under. I think you've been timed out. You're close to getting banned. No more of the negatives. The next person that uses a derogatory comment towards the other side is getting probably banned, blocked, whatever they call it. I'm sure Uranus is round. Or is Uranus star-shaped? I'm not sure. Do you run into a lot of astral entities? Only once. Flatheads were supposedly great old engines. Yep. Jupiter is gas and still a ball, I hear. Oh, my. This is good stuff. I mean, we've shown a lot of... Let me just run through these one more time before we leave. Let's just run through one more time what we looked at. We were looking at... that's not it. We were looking at a lot of cool pictures into that I've lost about of curves. Oh, yeah, this is it. So we'll just run through this one more time. What I showed at the beginning. We're going to run through this one more time. This is what I was showing at the beginning. I was showing pictures of towers going over the horizon. I was showing pictures of towers going over the horizon and starting to curve downward and becoming cloudy because they're going over the horizon. Going over the horizon. Going over the horizon. Going over the horizon. And still going over the horizon. Bridges going over the horizon. Folks, that's seeing the curve. That's seeing the curve. We showed this last time, cars appearing bloop from below the horizon. So there you go. We started showing that, and then we also showed these, the lunar eclipse, the round Earth, and that actually proves it's a sphere right there and not round. That proves that it's a ball and not round. It's at least spheroid, because something flat wouldn't cast that shadow. So there you go. Round Earth. Is round the right word? That person in there's got me. Spherical Earth casting a spherical shadow. Spherical Earth casting a spherical shadow. Pretty compelling stuff, in my opinion. It's enough to have me say the Earth is not flat. The Earth is not flat, in my opinion. There we go. There you go. Those are not CGI pictures. I've had it with Julie. Those are not CGI pictures. They're time. Those are, I can't even think of what they're called now. Let's admit we don't know for sure. And what difference does it really make in your life's journey? Absolutely 100% right. And besides, Zemu says it's a sphere. Inky says it's a sphere. Enlil says it's a sphere. Have you ever heard of Foucault pendulum? That doesn't sell me, but yeah, I've heard of it. If I show you a Loch Ness picture of the Loch Ness monster, you'll probably believe that. Well, guess what? Believe this. Perfect. Maybe the Earth is shaped like a banana. The Earth might be shaped like a banana. And I've heard this thing saying that that they don't take in the curvature when they're building roads, or it doesn't make a difference when you're searching for the truth. It doesn't make a difference when you're searching for the truth. It's possible we're on the plane of inertia with a magnetic. I don't even know what that means. Fibonacci sequence proves sacred geometry, and it's still a sphere planet. A pizza is round, but it's not spherical. I get you. I get it. I get it. Time lapse. Thank you, Cuban Pixie. How do massive oceans hold a convex shape? Because they just hold a convex shape. They stay in the Earth because they stay on the Earth. You're fired. Exactly. It's exactly what it's like. I don't know what one of those is, Flat Earth Court. I guess you're smarter than me. What was I saying? Oh, when you're building roads and you're building railroad tracks, they say that they don't take into consideration the curvature. And I don't know if that's true or not, because I'm not an engineer and I never talked to one. But in my rational mind, I'm thinking if I'm building a road and I'm building a train track, everywhere I'm building on flat ground. So I don't really have to figure in any curvature. Because it's flat. It's so big that it's flat where you're working. And this is where we're probably going to get to, Lee. You're preview-peating my next broadcast. There's probably two more. A torus effect creates gravity and cohesion and makes water stay together. Hence a water drop on a ball as well. I think that Lee is very close to what I think is the truth. And I think that there's a big truth there that's being hidden, and both the globe earth zealots, those that call people flat-tards, and the flat earth zealots, those that call people ball heads or whatever they call them, are both buying a Jesuit mind psyop that is meant to divide and conquer. And it's also meant to hide a far greater truth, one we're going to be exploring in the next couple of videos. And I agree with Shibby. Be excellent with each other. How fast does the Earth spin again? Here we go. It doesn't matter. Let's just all be happy we're alive. I agree. My husband does roads, and he says they do put in, they do figure for the, the curvature. Yeah, I agree with that. The Earth is so big that the curve starts thousands of miles from eye level. I could agree with that. The flat Earth movement is run by shills. I think there's shills on both sides. I think they're on both sides. I think there's shills on both sides. My daughter's converted from flat Earth to round now. Well, we're not trying to convert. We're just trying to keep people. I guess we don't want people to be, yes, I'm a flat earther, or yeah, I'm a ball. Just be excellent to each other. Try to keep an open mind on all subjects. I agree. Spinners is funny. Sorry, but I'm thick-skinned about this topic. It is funny. I agree, but not everybody is, Lee. That is funny. There are shills on both sides. No doubt about it. There's positive on both sides. There's negatives on both sides. Flat Earth is a religion. Flat Earth is a religion. And I guess you could say ball Earth could be a religion too. We're alive. That's the main thing. I think the Book of Enoch, John, if you followed me at all, is a forgery and a hoax. Okay. No, this is what I do, One Love. I block you when you're being stupid on a consistent basis. I would agree with that, Rain Man. Questioning is what this channel is about, but politeness is what this channel is about too. I believe the Book of Enoch is fake. I really do. You need to interview a flat earther. I've tried. I've reached out to a lot of them, but none of them will come on. I reached out to Debate. I've reached out to Plain Earth. A shill is somebody that's paid to promote something they don't believe, I guess, is what you might say. Science can be a religion, but not all science is a religion. Don't be shilly. I like that. Is there a good flat earther to interview? I would like to interview Dubé. He seems to be rational. And I would like to interview a Plain Truth. Either one of those are the two I asked. Those are the two that I'm not interviewing a flat earther that's all Jeebus centered. Lisa Blair. Who's Linda Blair? There's a good flat earther named Wakey Wakey. Oh, that's interesting. I haven't reached out to Zen Garcia. Beyond Flat Earth. How is science a religion? Because some people get to where they make science a religion. They make science a god. Yeah, I think Dubé's, I would love to debate him. I think you were talking about Eric Dubé. I don't know who Eric Dubé is. Well, tell Beyond Flat Earth to contact me. Is Flat Earth Jesus-centered? Dubé's not Jesus-centered, I don't think. Marty Leeds is easy to contact. Is he a flat earther, Lee? Dubé is kind of bizarre. That's what I like about him. No, it's Linda Blair. Her head spins around, Amanda. Come on, I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's a great idea. Maybe some of the flat earth enthusiasts in the room should reach out to those people so a conversation can be started. Definitely. I have a soft spot for Dubé because he's a martial artist. I'm a martial artist. And he doesn't run home to Jesus with his stuff. Amanda believes the earth is not flat. I do too. It wasn't always a globe. It started out as a tiny ring, maybe. I don't know. Please do. I'd be willing to talk to, probably willing to talk to any of them. Probably. Eric Dubé is too easy for me. Mark Sargent and Santos Bonacci are as well. Marty Leeds is a flat earther using math and science. Interesting. It would be interesting to talk to him. It would be interesting to talk to him. If the earth was flat, would people be flat too, like paper dolls? That's funny. I like that. I'm a flat earther. Hopefully I'm still on your Christmas list. Well, I'm not a real big Christmas guy, so I don't really have a Christmas list, but I see what you're saying. I do know for a fact that Zen Garcia is co-intel. I don't think anybody knows for a fact that anyone's co-intel. I mean, just to be certain. And we don't know for sure that anybody's a shill. We can think that they're a shill. Jesse McCarthy says they're a fat earther. That's funny. Well, see, the problem, Nick, is that nobody, if you're a flat earther, you don't believe satellite photos. Dubay, Sargent, all these people are shills. I don't know. Again, I don't know. I back off from calling people shills. I'm MK Ultra and Counter Intel Pro, okay? What about Zemu? You left Zemu out. Linda Blair Witch, that's funny. All right, folks. I mean, this is great. I mean, there's still a lot of people here. And what do you mean those people are too easy? That's a good question. But I think that I've seen enough to say that the earth is not flat. That's me. I have seen enough to say that the earth is not flat. There's enough math that convinces me that that it's not flat. Lyndon, I'd look forward to that. But that's me. Zemu guards the ivory tower. Huh. Interesting, Davey. Things roll up this hill in Scotland. Yeah, flat earthers don't believe satellites exist, so that'd be hard. All right, Gnostic Spirit, see you later. That's an interesting thought, Kenny Horse. What if it could be flat around with one click of the Matrix keyboard? And, you know, I'll say this, and I think that a lot of it is perception. Until you get to a certain place, it's always going to look flat to you. Depending upon where you are, what your perception is either flat or round. Some people see it flat, some people see it round. And that's probably not going to change. But I felt like I had to come out and talk about it. Jen says flat earth people are on a different timeline. That's interesting. That's interesting. Well, this was an interesting discussion. And it still didn't get as crazy in the chat room as I thought it might, but we did have to ban a few people, and we had to time out a few people. And, in a month I'll go and unban them, and we'll see if we can come back around them. Like music heals me, trying to be a jerk right to the very end, but I'm gonna be bigger than that, because that's a silly derogatory comment, but I'm gonna ignore it. I'm gonna ignore it. My front yard is flat. Mine is too. My front yard's flat. Maybe Mandela effect is affecting flat earth people in a different way. Why is Homer Simpson always holding a ring donut? I don't know why. I've tried to astral project many times. Well, sometimes maybe you're not ready for it. So there you go. It is interesting. It is fun. It is enjoyable, and I just wish some people could make it not be the way that it is. All right, folks. So I've seen enough to say that it's not flat, but that doesn't mean we're not being. How do you donate? You can go to my YouTube or go to my website, and there's a jeffreydarty.com. There's a PayPal link on there, JEFFREY. Well, let me just pull it up real quick. jeffreydarty.com. This is jeffreydarty.com. And as you can see, there's a donate button right there, and it takes you right straight to, when it works, my PayPal. So there you go. That's how you can do that. Whoops, what happened to jeffreydarty.com? But here's jeffreydarty.com. We got our usually our latest 2 videos. We've got the books. If you want to get a life track analysis and repair, if you want to get your cosmic initiation or tarot cards done, if you want your palms done, if you want entity cleansing, if you want divining rods, I make those that should go somewhere else. I make the divining rods by hand, and we've got a bunch of them right now that I'm back about 6, so I gotta get to work on those tomorrow. But that's how we do it, and there you go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. So there we go. There we go. There's no flat earth emoticons. See, it's a conspiracy. Oh, man. I do appreciate everybody. And it's like we're talking about the fake moon mission. I'm not convinced we didn't go to the moon, but I'm not convinced that that mission they showed us was us going to the moon, if that makes sense. You're welcome, everybody. If they can take excellent photos of the moon from Earth, why no decent photos of Earth from the moon or satellite? It's a good question. I think leaning too hard one way or the other is naive. I agree. Great mandala backdrop. Thank you. And I still don't remember that. I think I'm on a different timeline because I do not remember at all. I'm telling you, man, that second shuttle that crashed over Texas, that didn't happen in my world. I'm on the news all the time. And in my world, that did not happen. That did not happen. I guess that would be the, was it the Challenger that blew up with when Reagan was president? That one I remember. Allison, I've seen pictures of the ISS. I've looked at the ISS flying. It is something real up there. No pick. You must have quit. If you lean too hard one way or the other, you'll fall over and hurt yourself. Yeah, I remember the 86 one, but I do not remember that other one. It did not happen in my, so the Columbia one, it did not happen in my world. It absolutely positively did not happen. And that's very, very weird. What do you think of that, Beltman? Why did the Columbia disaster not happen in my world? It didn't happen in my world. It's not absolutely fake, Allison. I've seen it. So there is something up there. I have seen it. I've seen it with my 2 eyes. I saw it go right in front of on the solar eclipse. It went right in front. I watch the news all the time. There is something up there. I don't know what it is, but there's something up there. I don't recall Columbia. Are you questioning flat Earth? Allison, where are you? Where have you been? Where have you been? The teacher was on the Challenger. I remember her, Krista McAuliffe. I remember only one shuttle disaster too, Davey. Interesting. I only remember one shuttle disaster, just like Davey, but I think he might remember the other one. Nor in mine. Sheena says it didn't happen either. Yeah, the Challenger was the one with the teacher. You may not be getting enough sleep. Take some time out and do some research. Okay, guess what? See you later. Yeah, only one for me too. It's seeing the Rain Man only recalls the Challenger. This is interesting. Yeah, I know the thing about them all being alive. I don't buy that, but I know about that. But I'm telling you folks, that second one didn't happen in my life. Yeah, you know, I opened it up, so I guess I got to let people run with it. I don't agree with the evidence that they're alive. I think that's hoaxy. Yeah, I don't think they turned out to be alive. Tiles came off and it blew up. Yeah, that was the Challenger. But I don't remember the Columbia. Does anyone have any idea why I don't remember the Columbia? I don't think they're alive, Lyndon. I think that, yeah, ride, Sally, ride. Yeah. Lyndon, I just don't buy that they're alive, bro. And I remember watching that one blow up. Yeah, see, From Here to Eternity, never heard it either. I don't think I know. Yeah, I think it's a Mandela effect for me. I just don't remember that thing blowing up. I don't think it was during a stressful time. I just don't think that it happened in my reality. Very, very weird. Yeah, it broke. It ended up in Texas. That's true. Interesting stuff. Maybe Darth Vader is on the moon in that secret base. It could be. I only recall Challenger 2. I'm glad that I'm not the only one. I'm glad I don't remember. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I've seen pics of the astronauts now alive and teaching. Yeah, I've seen that stuff too. I just don't buy it. I don't buy the Bill Hicks and Alex Jones thing. I think the Bill Hicks and Alex Jones thing is the stupidest theory I've ever heard. Butterfly effect makes us question if history is whitewashed. Add MK Ultra and Counter Intel Pro and Mandela effect. Yeah. It's because it was landing. We only pay attention to when they're launching. Maybe. The moon does look like a Death Star. That's true. What outrageous thing did I just say? I forgot what it was. But anyway, there you go. There you go. Stupidest, yeah. Is there anything more stupid than Bill Hicks being Alex Jones? I can't remember anything more stupid than that. Is there anybody else out there that believes that Alex Jones is Bill Hicks? I would question Jones's validity too. And I don't think they look alike. I really don't. I really don't think they look alike. And I think Hicks had more integrity than yeah, Bill Hicks is not Alex Jones. I agree. I think Hicks had too much integrity to do that. That's just my opinion. I don't see the creepy similarities, but I can see where people can see it. Sorry, but can I swear just this once? Yeah, you just can't verbalize it. How about Rush Limbaugh's Jim Morrison? Yeah, that's even more stupid. I agree. Yeah, Hicks was truly funny. Oh, and I got an email the other day that's even so stupid. All the Victoria's Secret models are men. When did Nick Nolte start doing live streams? That's hilarious. I think Jones is an actor playing a part. I do too. I mean, he just admitted that he was in court. His lawyer said that he is a character. So Jones is a character. There's no doubt about it, but he's not Bill Hicks. No, he's not Bill Hicks. What's something else? What's another can of worms we can open up? Was Michael Jackson murdered? Alex Jones is not Bill Hicks. If all Victoria's Secret models are transsexuals, and there's a lot of us that are bisexuals. Oh, yeah, that's funny stuff. No, Elvis is not alive. That might be the dumbest one. That might be the dumbest one. Elvis lives in Missouri. Veltman's just trying to tweak me now. Don't block people that think Alex Jones is Bill Hicks. Don't block people for that. Yeah, everybody's a transsexual now. That's the newest thing. That's stupid. Alex Jones is a hick. There's no for sure. Oh, yeah, I think we asked the rods about Michael Jackson. What did it say? Let's ask the rods. Yeah, Alex Jones is not 42 years old. I agree with that. Yeah, Elvis and Tupac are hiding around. It was Michael Jackson murdered. This says no. Was Michael Jackson a pedophile? This says no. Beyond Flat Earth wants a debate. Well, tell them to contact me. Christian Whistleblower at gmail.com. Was Michael Jackson murdered? This says no. Is Alex Jones Bill Hicks? This says no. Is Bill Hicks Alex Jones? This says no. History taught in school is inaccurate. I agree that. Does Alex Jones sleep well? No. Did Michael Jackson fake his death? No. Is Jeff wearing a pink shirt? Does Jeff's shirt have a spaceship on it? Yeah, these things are acting up a little bit. They don't like the energy, but at least it said yes. Yeah, you can use rods to find water for sure. Did Farrah Fawcett ask God to kill Michael Jackson? That's funny. Somebody give me a definitely yes. No, Davey, I like it. It's fun. Let it roll. Is Elvis alive? Is Jeff a shill? No. What do I ask about the Columbia? Is Alex Jones a CIA plant? Well, it's more to it than that, but he is a plant. Does Jeff have gray in his hair? Yes. Is Laurel Canyon an evil place? Says yes. Don't know what Laurel Canyon is. Is divine sovereign free will gay? No. Is that the truth, divine sovereign? I don't know why I'm asking this, but is Donald Trump alive? Yes, Donald Trump's alive. Did Tupac fake his own death? No. That's a dumb question, but I'll ask it. Are tattoos evil? No. Are there entities with higher consciousness, higher dimensionality than the Elohim? Yes. Are we alive? Yes. Thank you, Jen. Does Donald Trump have a clone or a twin? Yeah, most of the presidents have a twin. They have like a body double. You asked for a sure UES. I don't know what that means. Oh, a sure yes. I got you. Laurel Canyon and Dave McGowan. Okay. You say the Columbia never happened in your world. Ask if the Columbia disaster was real. Okay. Was the Columbia disaster real? Yes. Dude, if Melania is a man, I want me a man just like that. Is Melania a man? No. I don't want to go down the Michelle Obama route. That's a little disrespectful. She was the the first lady, so I'm gonna just leave it at that. You know, I thought that Obama and Osama looked a whole lot alike. Are we living in a Taurus field? Yes. Are we suffering from widespread amnesia? Wire coat hangers. They are copper wire and copper pipes, yes, but they're not bits of copper pipe with wire coat hangers. No. Ask it. Okay, I'll ask it. Is Osama Obama? No. I don't want to go down the is Obama gay and Michelle a tranny. Or was that crazy white lady lying? You know, I try to be respectful of the office of the presidency. So I don't want to go down that road right now. Oh, that's a good one too. Is JFK Jimmy Carter? No. Should I make nice with my mom-in-law? Yeah, but don't completely drop your drawers, so to speak. I think so. I think water's alive. What do the rods say? Is water alive? Yes. Is Madonna the leader of the Illuminati? No. And there's more than one Illuminati. We're living in a lava lamp, somebody says. Very cool, very cool, very cool. All right. Oh, that's a good one, too. Is Katy Perry John Benet Ramsey? No, hell no, it says. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Was JFK killed by the CIA? He's killed by some type of government agency, maybe not the CIA. Yes, written history is tampered with. You don't have to ask the rods for that. Was Patrick May an accident? No. I know a lot of trannies, and her shoulders and hands don't match female anatomy. Yeah. Can Katy Perry sing? Well, yeah, she can sing. Is John Benet Ramsey Katy Perry? No, but that's a good one. There's a lot of interesting stuff out there. There's a lot of crazy, silly stuff out there, too. But you know what? It's all right. The torus field explains why the rods say we're not on a flat Earth. We're on the plane of inertia with the torus field. I think Fidel probably had something to do with JFK. Did Hitler die in the war? I say no. What do the rods say? Did Hitler die in World War II? Oh, they say emphatically no. Okay, let's say something that I believe is true and see if it says no. I don't believe that the Earth is flat. Is the Earth flat? No. Did Adolf Hitler die in 1938? Rod say no, Lee. I don't think free will is an illusion. Is free will an illusion? No. Well, there are Nazis still around. There's a bunch of them in Germany right now, and probably some of them even right here. I wonder, Jen says, is Michaela a real person? Well, she's not the president, so I can ask her. Is Michaela a real person? Oh, this says no. Interesting. Is the Earth a globe? No. See? Both of those, this centrifugal spin of the Earth. That's funny. Was Adolf Hitler alive long after World War II? Yes. Are we living on the plane of inertia inside of a torus field? No. This is a good question. Did the Nazis win World War II? It says yes. Yeah. Rain Man, I'm not asking if it's a heart-shaped box. That's so silly. Is the Earth a heart-shaped box? No. Did Hitler move to Argentina? Huh. Did Hitler move to Argentina? Well, somewhere down there. Is Earth flying through space? Yes. It said no to Earth being a globe. It said no to Earth being flat. Do nuclear weapons exist? Yes. Yeah, we can live under the earth. Can we live under the earth? Yes. Okay, I did ask if nuclear bombs exist, and they said yes. Do nuclear bombs exist? Yes. All right, you can't ask, you got to ask yes or no questions for the rod. So there you go. Is Katy Perry a human version of a great type being? Very interesting stuff. I was wondering that Kim Jong-un, is he real? If you look at that, it's Kim Jong-un or Jong-un. Kim Jong-un. He looks like he's a frat boy with an initiation haircut. Interesting. Interesting. All right, folks. Appreciate you being with us tonight. It was a good show. It was an interesting show. And I appreciate those of you that are here seeking truth. I appreciate those of you that were here even to troll. It's been fun. It's been a great time. And I hope that we'll see you again very soon. Kim looks like a woman to me. Oh, that's funny. And remember, folks, either the world is crazy or you are. I'm here to help you figure out which. I'm your Christian whistleblower. Be excellent to each other. Stay fearless, my friends, and unindoctrinate yourself.